right, and welcome everyone to another episode of Primeval Radio. We are back after a while. Today, we are going to be talking and speculating about the standard, and we have titled this episode Dynamite.
Dynamite!
That was Matt's idea, and not bad.
Yeah, so we're talking about Ixalan, of course. It comes out in a few weeks, and excitingly enough, if you were in the Texas area, we actually got the dice roll, so to speak, on hosting the release weekend open for the first time in a while. So what does this mean for standard? It means a lot of people are going to be scrambling to get these cards to play in the open, and there might not be enough resources. There may be, but I don't know. I'm excited. This set looks pretty cool so far. I think it's got a lot of cool mechanics and a lot of new interactions that standard could shake up and things so on and so forth. And I'm a big fan of the art. I think the art in this set is really good.
The art is, you've got sexy Jace up there right now.
You got Jace, the body sculptor.
His outfit is a bit interesting.
I mean, if you throw a beard on him and give him some, like, hunky-looking locks, you could have Jon Snow on steroids over here.
Yeah, why didn't they give him a beard if he's supposed to be a castaway?
Well, because even Jace likes to look his best.
I guess so. Looks like he's wearing like a corset or something.
Yeah, so since we're talking about Jace, I guess let's go ahead and start on the speculations with him. Like,
Let's speculate standard. I love it.
So far,
only half the set has been spoiled, but hell, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, there's been some gems already spoiled. And so Jace, the Cunning Castaway, is his real name. He is a 3-mana planeswalker for blue, 1 and double blue. Comes in at 3. His +1 is whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player this turn, draw a card, then discard a card. So he becomes his +1 is a Merfolk Looter. His -2 is create a 2/2 blue illusion creature token with when this creature becomes a target of a spell, you sacrifice it. And his -5 is create 2 tokens that are copies of Jace, Cunning Castaway, except they are not legendary. So his ultimate is basically he replicates himself.
Yep.
So there's more of him to love.
And then his tokens could also ultimate and replicate themselves, and it just gets out of hand.
Yeah. So this guy, you know, our group has been talking a lot about, and we think there's a build he's going to be really good. And I think like if there is a tokens deck out there, this guy will shine completely just because with Anointed Procession and Hidden Stockpile everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, like Esper tokens or something like that. Now, the thing is, when he came out, from what I've noticed about the Magic community was very split on him. Like, some people were just saying, oh my god, he's so awful, that sucks. And some people were like, no, I think he's actually pretty good. You can never really be too down on a 3-mana planeswalker. So
that is not true. Tybalt, the Fiend-Blooded, was a 2-drop planeswalker and one of the biggest busts of all time.
Yeah. No, I know, but I'm saying a lot of people have been saying that.
I think this guy can be very, very good in a shell that, you know, is built around him.
Yeah.
I don't think he's very good on his own. Yeah, you know, much like Liliana the Last Hope was, you know, like Liliana the Veil. Like, they were really good standalone walkers. This guy... Yeah. In the right deck.
It's definitely not in the same conversation as Liliana the Veil or Liliana the Last Hope.
No, I absolutely think you're right. But I mean, casting like Saram's expertise into this guy for free with Anointed Procession out, like, yeah, I'm in.
How would you compare it to the other 3-mana planeswalker in standard right now, Gideon of the Trials?
So they're very similar. I don't think Gideon is a very good standalone walker anyway either, but I think in the right build, he doesn't win you the game, but he also doesn't lose you the game.
Yeah.
This Jace could win you the game.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like, I mean, if his ultimate can get out of hand, and it does demand an answer. So
yeah, well, I mean, with this, if you ultimate him with Anointed Procession out, you get 4 Jaces, and then you -2 those Jaces, then you get 8 2/2s. Yeah, like I mean, he can get out of hand very, very quickly if left unchecked. Whereas Gideon of the Trials, you just get an emblem and hope Gideon doesn't die.
Yeah. If you have Skyship Plunderer out, you can also ultimate him the turn after you play him.
Yeah.
So.
No, like this guy's got potential. You know, I mean, I'm definitely in on him. I don't know if he'll warp standard, but I think if there is a tokens deck out there, he will shine in that.
Yeah, I see him getting played somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll see his day in the sun. Yeah. So okay, moving on to the next card that I originally was very, very high on, and it is Ripjaw Raptor. This one, so a while back there was a rare sheet leaked, and it was just a sheet of all the rares in this set, and you saw the pictures and you could make out a few of them what they did. This was one of those that we found out what he did. And he is a 4-drop 4/5 with Enrage. Enrage being whenever this creature is dealt damage, you get an effect. That is the new mechanic of Ixalan. And I have to say I'm a fan so far. Mm-hmm. But whenever he is dealt damage, you get to draw a card. Now, a 4/5 for 4 already is pretty impressive stats. Mm-hmm. But what I like about this guy is you can run board sweepers like Sweltering Suns and Magma Sprays and stuff. And if you're playing against a control player where those are normally dead cards, suddenly they're not anymore. You could ping your own creature and cycle your cards pretty much.
Yeah. And his toughness alone makes him playable in Standard. That 5 toughness is very important. Now, I mean, 6 would be even better because that would also get it out of Hour of Devastation range. But being out of Glorybringer range is nice. And like you said, it's just a very good blocker. So
yeah, I think like in the Dinosaur deck that we'll talk about in a minute, I think this guy is like their premier 4-drop.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just picturing myself playing against this card and just not wanting to attack.
Well, he blocks very well with he blocks Bristling Hydra and Long Tusk Cubs pretty well. Like they have to gain an absurd amount of energy to get through him. Mm-hmm. And then if they just want to like drain 5 energy, like this guy makes Harness Lightning really bad because you got to lose 2 energy that you've already stockpiled, and then that player gets to draw a card. Mm-hmm. So I mean, you're effectively 2-for-1ing yourself and then draining your energy.
The card replaces itself. So if it's removed, unless Dismember is reprinted or something. Yeah,
I don't see Dismember getting reprinted right now, but no, this set is this standard format is very dependent on damage-based removal spells, which is why the Enrage mechanic, I think, will shine so hard.
For sure.
So, yeah, the Ripjaw Raptor, if you haven't gotten him, I would go ahead and pick you up a playset because I think this guy's going to be good for future sets to come.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a couple of cards that got spoiled today that I was trying to evaluate, and this card is interesting for control. This is Search for Azcanta. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
And then it flips over into Azcanta the Sunken Ruin.
This was just spoiled today.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
and so it's a 1 and a blue. And at the beginning of your upkeep, you look at the top card of your library, and then you may put it into your graveyard. Then if you have 7 or more cards in your graveyard, you flip it. And it flips into it taps for a blue. Pay 3 mana, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library. So this just screams a control deck. Mm-hmm. You get to loot 4 deep, you get to scry 4 every turn, set up your next turn, and it just completely, it fuels Gear Hulks even. Like if you have a counter spell that you don't want, you can just put it in the yard.
It gives you an end of turn, like a mana sink for the end of turn.
Yeah, you can do
end
this
of your opponent's turn.
Yeah, you can do that effect anytime. Like that's insane.
Yeah.
Like, I think, like, this is a card control decks will want. Like, I mean, if I'm running blue-black control or blue-red control, I'm going to at least put 1 or 2 of these in my deck.
Or even blue-white control. It helps you dig for approach.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You get to cast approach, dig
Fumigate,
for 4.
If you need to dig for Fumigate.
Yeah, no, this card is, like, a control all-star, I feel like. So, you need to watch out for this.
And it just loads the yard with instants and sorceries before it flips.
Yeah, like, it could just fuel Gear Hulk.
Is there any other uses of this? Like graveyard decks? Like maybe God's Pharaoh's Gift? Maybe.
Like this could go in the Gift of the God's Pharaoh's deck, but I mean, I've yet to kind of determine where that deck is going to go with the rotations.
There's so much graveyard hate right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. That deck's really good, but it kind of fluctuates with how heavy the Scarab God's being used, how heavy Crypt of Condemnation's being used.
It might start to have a similar like loop that Dredge goes through.
Yeah, we'll see. But the card I saw today that I'm like super mad about, but also I guess like format defining is Rampaging Ferocidon. Mm-hmm. And it's a red card, of course, and it's a 3-drop, and it's a 3/3 with Menace that players can't gain life.
It's very good.
And so that text alone would make him really, really good. But there's another 3 lines of text on him. So whenever another creature enters the battlefield, Rampaging Ferocidon deals 1 damage to that creature's controller. Oh, and it's not a legendary, so you could stack multiple of these guys on the field and just completely kill your opponent by them trying to react to your 3/3 Menacers. Mm-hmm. Like,
jeez.
This will go in Reminap Red, I think. I think this card is absolutely bonkers good in that deck. Outside of that deck, I don't know. But I do know, like, if there is a token strategy out there that wants to abuse going wide with tokens, this guy makes it really hard to do that. Mm-hmm. The Crested Sunmare decks that have typically had a good matchup with Authority of the Consuls and Crested Sunmare tokens and things like that, this guy single-handedly negates that strategy because players cannot gain life.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think this is like a necessary tool for Ramanap Red to actually compete against the matchups that are deemed unwinnable for that deck.
Yeah.
But
I mean, life gain is how you beat. It's how you beat Ramanap Red.
yeah,
So, at the very least, I see this being a sideboard card for them, sort of like how Sand Strangler is right now.
yeah. Like, I mean, and the fact that he's not legendary is kind of like what's got me in a bind. Like, you can just stack these guys up and just completely kill everybody.
Yeah, I'm almost thinking like I'm gonna try out like 4 main board. I mean, you'll have 8 3-drops, but you're losing 1-drops. So yeah, you will lose a little bit of the curve. So maybe shave a single Hazaret.
Yeah. Like, I think he will fit right in with Ramanap Red. I don't think he's going to struggle very long to find a home. I think, like, if you're going to the Open, this is one of the few cards in the set you've got to worry about playing against 4 of, because this guy is hands down good.
When he was first spoiled today, some people were saying, I don't know if he's going to be that good in the red-green Dino deck, but no, as soon as we both saw it, we were both like, oh, God, Ramanap Red.
You're right. He's not going to be good in the Dino deck. He's going to be good in the deck that, like, wants to race past the Dino deck.
Yeah. I mean,
he's a traitor to his own species.
Not having haste, I mean, the only other creature that doesn't have haste for red, well, I guess, is Soulscar Mage and Karizev. So, I mean, not having haste, it does go off the plan slightly, but the upside here, like, players can't gain life. It keeps burning your opponent for every creature you play. And not to mention, it still has evasion. It still has menace.
So I would argue that you could cut down on Karizevs and run this. Yeah, you lose a 2-drop, but I mean, 1 turn for this payoff is kind of insane.
No, this is better than Karizev.
Yeah, because Karizev is also a legendary. If you play a Karizev and you have Karizev in your hand, you have a dead card in your hand.
Yeah, I mean, Karizev was just sort of like a card you use to fill out the curve.
Yeah.
I mean, you would rather have your other 2-drops anyway. Karizev is okay. I mean, but the fact that Karizev had menace is what made her playable.
Right.
And this guy has menace. So
yeah, plus 5 other lines of text.
Yeah. So I think, honestly, Ramanap Red is kind of where I'm leaning towards playing in the Open. Like it seems like being really proactive out of the gate, and like. I think this Open's going to have a lot of question marks because people are just not going to know what's really going to be out there.
Right.
And, I mean, this guy, I just need to make sure I can get them for the Open.
No, absolutely. I think this guy is an absolute bye right now.
Yeah.
Before he goes up too much higher. I don't know if he will go up much higher because he doesn't have the Mythic tag.
Yeah.
The same cannot be said about our next card we're talking about, which I'm still ecstatically excited about this one because I'm trying to build a Dinosaurs deck, and this guy is going to be a 4-of in that deck too. Carnage Tyrant, a 6-drop 7/6, 4 and 2 green. So his lines of text reach, he cannot be countered, and he has trample, and he has hexproof. So once he's on the field, unless you wipe the board, he cannot be killed. And he's going to hit the board because he cannot be countered.
Yeah.
Like, this guy is really good. He would have been really good without trample.
So what are spells that can kill him right now? Fumigate
can kill him.
Hour of Devastation cannot kill him.
He avoids Hour of Devastation. If there's an Edict effect that makes a player sacrifice a creature, that can kill him.
Bantu's Last Reckoning.
Yeah. Bantu's Last Reckoning can get him.
Like the Edict, like Doomfall or something.
Yeah, Doomfall can get him. Some Hand Disruption can get him. I guess Laybear the Heart can get him, but Laybear just got worse with the...
I don't think people are going to be playing Laybear that much anymore.
No, because we got the reprint in Duress. I think people will just turn to Duress.
Yeah. Laybear can't even get Planeswalkers anymore. So.
Right. Yeah, no, this Carnage Tyrant against the energy decks, which a lot of people are arguing, will be the dominant red-green X deck. This guy blocks every one of their creatures insanely well. And also, worth noting, Glorybringer cannot shoot this guy.
Yeah.
So, like, this guy gets bigger than Glorybringer even, and it's just kind of like, hi, I'm here, I'm going to block all your Hydras now. You want to pay, like, 12 energy to keep your Hydra alive, then you're going to have to do that.
Yeah. I can see him, like, trading with Hydras a lot, but I think that's going to be the main way we see him being removed from the board in Standard.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
Yeah, no, like, this guy is, like, going to be really good in the Dinosaur deck. Like he's gonna be he's probably gonna be the 6-drop to play.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see much others taking over this slot.
I mean, he doesn't have that much competition at the 6-drop spot.
No, a lot of dinosaurs are like 7 and 8. It's
Yeah.
kind of strange. So let's talk about.
And I think he's better than most of the 7 and 8 drop.
Well, let's talk about another 6-drop card that could compete with him. I don't think it's a 4-up. I think this guy's pretty good, but he is 3 in triple red, and he is a 6/6, and it is Burning Sun's Avatar. When Burning Sun's Avatar enters the battlefield, it deals 3 damage to target opponent, and 3 damage to up to 1 target creature that opponent controls. I think this is a cool little card. It's kind of like a Glorybringer, except for it hits the dome also, but it is also a 6/6.
Yeah.
So I think a couple of these could be good.
Yeah, I definitely don't like it as much as the other one.
No.
It not having any evasion is something. And, I mean, the deal 3 damage is nice, but you can also just play Deserts and play Sand Strangler out of the sideboard for that or something.
Yeah. I mean, people are trying to compare the avatars to the Second Coming of the Titans, and I don't think it's that powerful as the Titans. Like this, people are comparing this to Inferno Titan, which Inferno Titan, when it comes into play, it's got a better ability than Inferno Titan because it deals 3 and 3. But Inferno Titan is you could pump it and deal 3 when it attacks every single time.
Yeah.
So I mean, I like this guy a lot. I'm really high on him, but I mean, I think Carnage Tyrant is just the better 6-drop right now, and he's easier to cast.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a couple of them will be all right.
Yeah, I definitely want to try him. I think we just need to start testing and then see. But as far as just like the smell test or just from first glance, I feel like the Hexproof one is better at this moment.
Yeah, and see, like the green one. So Verdant Sun's Avatar is a 7-drop, and that goes into the curve now. Now the dinosaurs have a 7-drop they want to fit in, but that one is a 5/5. And whenever Verdant Sun's Avatar or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. So if you're playing a deck full of like big beefy dinosaurs anyway, every single creature you play, you're going to gain a lot of life. Yeah. So
it's not bad.
No, it's not. I think it's a solid 1 to 2 of maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to kind of depend on what the meta looks like and how fast the meta is.
It's still a 7-drop. Like, I'd almost just... I don't know. You could just play that Planeswalker.
Yeah. I mean, I think, like, against the Reminap red decks, this is a good little sideboard card.
Yeah, it could be a sideboard card.
But main board, it's going to be
ramping
clunky.
Into it. The thing is, like, this card got a lot better when that 3-drop, whenever it's dealt damage... get a tapped land.
Yeah.
What's that card called again? I don't remember.
We'll
get to that.
We have not gotten to that card
But I
yet.
feel like a lot of these higher up dinosaurs got a lot better with when that card was spoiled.
Oh yeah, no, Dinosaurs is getting some pieces. Like they gave us all the high end, and now they're giving us the low end, which is what we need for that deck to triumph.
Yeah.
Okay, so here let's talk one. Let's change gears a little bit. This one could be a modern card. Like so, people have talked about this becoming the second coming of like rest in peace with Grafdigger's Cage tied into it. That is Ashes of the Abhorrent and is a 1 white enchantment. And players can't cast spells from the graveyard or activated ability cards in graveyard. And whenever a creature dies, you gain a life. I don't know if this is going to see standard play because I don't know if there's enough cards that you can cast from the graveyard.
Yeah. Scrap Heap Scrounger.
Like this makes... I don't even know if this hits Torrential Gearhole, because don't you have to exile that card first before you cast it?
No, I'm pretty sure... I'm pretty sure you may cast... It says you may cast it without paying its mana cost.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure. So this would hit Torrential Gearhulk, I think.
Yeah, I mean, this could see some play in Modern, but I mean, it's going to raise the question of, is Rest in Peace just better?
I think Rest in Peace is better.
Right. I mean...
Because Rest in Peace also hits Dredge, and this doesn't stop things from entering the graveyard.
That's a good point.
It's only
casting.
Cast. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a little change of pace. Interesting.
So it doesn't stop any of Dredge, basically.
So let's talk about one of the best removal spells we have in the set so far, and that is, it's a 4-drop, ironically, but this is Vraska's Contempt. It is 2 colorless and 2 black, and it's an instant, and it says exile target creature or planeswalker, and you gain 2 life.
Yep, I like it.
I think this card's really good. So Hero's Downfall was a 3-drop, just static, destroy a creature or a planeswalker, and you didn't gain 2 life. And that card was everywhere in Standard. Mm-hmm. So for 1 more mana, you get to kill off a god even.
Yeah.
And you get the 2 life.
You can kill the Scarab God or Chandra
or Hazaret.
Or Hazaret or Liliana.
Like against the red deck, they stick Hazaret, try to swing at you. You exile Hazaret and gain 2 life. That's backbreaking for them.
Yep.
Like I feel like the blue-black control decks or the green-black X mid-range decks and everything are going to want this spell.
I really like this in black-blue control.
Yes, because it can be flashed back with Gearhulk.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you could just flash this back with Gearhulk and just go to town.
Kill 2 planeswalkers, just like
yeah. You don't even need to swing at the planeswalker with your Gearhulk. You just kill them and then swing at their face.
Yeah.
And like this card is the real deal. I think it's going to be very good. I have also already ordered my playset of them.
Yeah.
But
I think it's just strictly better than Never to Return.
Yeah, so let's see what else. What is next? We haven't talked a lot about Merfolk yet, but Merfolk right now seems kind of weak. I would agree. I think like we need the next set before we can kind of assess Merfolk.
I think it might be a fun draft archetype.
Oh yeah, no, this set looks really fun to draft. Like there's all sorts of things that you could do it.
Yeah, like green-blue Merfolk should be one of the main draft archetypes.
Well, even dinosaurs, vampires, like you got everything.
Oh, there's going to be, I mean, there'll be lots of archetypes. I'm just saying, I think we'll see Merfolk emerge more as an archetype just in draft at first before an actual standard deck.
So, as you can tell from this cast so far, we've been pushing the dinosaur deck, as obviously, that is a front runner for what me and Brad are really high on right now.
It's what most everyone is excited about, with good reason.
So the next few cards are going to be the cards that will explain why we're excited. It kind of like, we explained they gave us the top end of it and we were excited, but now these are the cards that make the deck really good. Yeah. So this one is Ranging Raptors. It is a 2 colorless and a green 2/3. With Enrage, but its Enrage is whenever it is dealt damage, you may search your library for a basic land, put that card into battlefield tapped, and shuffle your library. So this is a good low-end dinosaur deck card. So against Remnant Red, you play this, and you could just like stonewall their 1/1s all day, and you're getting lands and going up into your big guys. Or you can go turn 3 this guy, turn 4 Walking Ballista, ping your own guy twice, get 2 lands out, and then your following turn you're playing a 7-drop. Like... This guy has all sorts of potential for him. Yeah. Like, you can ping him twice, and it still doesn't kill him. Yeah. Like, I mean, you could just accelerate. You could explosive vegetation yourself, and it still does not kill him.
He's also just a very good blocker.
Yeah,
I think of like how good of a blocker Whirler Virtuoso is right now, and it's 2/3 is just it's a good blocker in this format, and with his ability, it makes it even better because when people attack into you, like when Ramanat Bread attacks into you. You're giving them lands.
Well, see,
They're giving you lands.
I think this 3 toughness is so crucial too because like a lot of creatures have 2 power early on. They don't have 3 power. This blocks a Long Tusk Cub easily as well too. Like if they have no energy to sink into it, they could just stonewall Long Tusk Cub. They can block Whirly Virtuoso all day. You could block Bomat Courier, Rune Scar Mage. You could just block anything from red and at minimal trade with it. Like I mean, this guy is really good. This guy's a really good early drop.
Yeah. It will frequently be the target of on-crop cacher, I'm guessing.
Yeah, so reprint, we've got Lightning Strike, instant speed, deal 3 damage to target creature or player.
Slides right into red.
Sliced in Twain, got a reprint, 4-drop, destroy artifact or enchantment, draw a card. And so, the next card I really like is Drover of the Mighty. It's a 2-drop 1/1. That is a human druid, and it gets +2/+2 as long as you control a dinosaur. And you can tap and add 1 mana of any color. So they gave us a strictly better Birds of Paradise with better stats on it. Mm-hmm. It's a 2-drop, but it becomes a 3/3. And it already adds 1 color of any color.
Yep.
Like, what? And it's an uncommon.
Yep. 3/3 for 2. It's also a mana dork, rainbow mana dork.
Yeah. I mean...
With no energy requirements.
Yeah. Like, okay, this is fine. Like, I'm all in with it, but also, the dinosaur deck
can be killed frequently.
Well, the dinosaur deck also got an Ancient Stirring called Commune with Dinosaurs, and it is exactly like an Ancient Stirrings, except for instead of just finding a colorless permanent or a land, you get to find a dinosaur also. Like, you just get your mana and set up. You don't have a big fatty. You play this for 1 mana. You get to dig for 1. And it's you look at the top 5 cards of your library, you reveal a dinosaur or a land from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom. So it filters you 5.
Yep.
I mean, Jesus. Like, this is interesting. And so we also have good sideboard tech. Ravenous Daggertooth is a 3-drop 3/2 with Enrage that whenever he's dealt damage, you gain 2 life.
Not bad.
I mean, I think the dinosaur deck is really, really coming together.
Yeah.
And so let's get into the multicolored cards now.
The one that was just spoiled today?
Well, we'll talk about that one last.
Okay.
We'll talk. That is the marquee card of the set.
Save her for last.
Yeah. So the first multicolored card that was spoiled that I saw was Gishath Sun's Avatar. And it is Naya colors. For those that don't know, it is red, green, and white, and 5. He is a 7/6 trample, vigilance, haste. But whenever he deals combat damage to a player, reveal that many cards from the top of your library, put any number of dinosaur creature cards from among them onto the battlefield, put the rest on the bottom of your library. Like, if this guy goes unblocked, you get to dig 7 and put all your dinosaurs into play? Like, welcome to Jurassic Park indeed. Like,
oh my god.
Like, Jesus, man. Can you imagine getting a green sun's out or green avatar, putting the green avatar?
Are you going to say that to somebody when you
Absolutely. I'm going to coin the phrase, welcome to Jurassic Park.
You have to do it in the John Hammond voice too.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Yeah, well,
Welcome.
Just tell everyone that we have T-Rexes left and right.
We have a T-Rex.
Like, just all giddily.
Oh my god. You have a T-Rex.
We have a T-Rex.
I've got 5.
We have a T-Rex.
But yeah, no, this guy, I mean, I think he's a one of. I wouldn't play more than one of because he is legendary.
It seems like he's kind of being pushed as the dinosaur commander.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Do you think they really intended much standard play?
I think.
See,
I think they did.
See, the thing is, he's 8 mana, so until that 3-drop blocker, I don't know names yet. I'm terrible. What is the name of that 3-drop damage?
The Enraging.
Yes.
It is. Let me find it. It is Ranging Raptors.
Ranging Raptors, that's right. So until that card was spoiled, I didn't really see Gish. I just thought Gishath was too expensive.
Yeah.
But it's starting to get there.
Like, well, with Ranging Raptors, you play them on turn 5.
Yeah. I mean, you've got your 2 and your 3 drops are both getting you mana. And I don't know.
Yeah, you got this 4-drop, 4/5.
As a one-of, why not?
Yeah, no, I think he's a one-of, especially with the Ancient Stirrings card.
Yeah. It's sort of like your top end, for those grindy games where you need something that just really closes out the game, and like kind of like how Emrakul was in the old green-black Delirium deck.
Yeah.
You played Emrakul as a one-of. Most of the time it costs 8 mana, but that 8 mana basically won you the game. And if they don't have an answer for this as soon as it's cast, because it does have haste.
Yeah, and it has trample.
Trample. And then,
like, if even one point of damage goes through, you're potentially netting humongous value off of this.
Is it the top 5 or 6 cards?
It's however much damage he deals.
Oh.
If he deals all 7, you get to look at 7 cards.
And then put any dinosaur.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like, if you have a way to pump this guy, give him, like, double strike, you can look at, like, the top 20 cards of your library.
So, what if you do that and you get, like, 3 of this next card? Or, like, 2.
Well, then you just win.
You just win.
You literally win.
They do move in herds.
Yeah.
So, this next
GG's.
card is Registar Alpha. It is a 5-drop 4/4. It is a 3 and a red and a green. Other dinosaurs you control have haste. Whenever he enters the battlefield, create a 3/3 green dinosaur token with trample. Like,
Yep.
This is like Urabras the Hidden meets Hero of Bladehold. Or Urabras the Hidden meets Blade Splicer.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Like, this guy is really good too.
Yeah.
So this is their 5-drop. Like, this is the Dinosaur deck's 5-drop. Hands down.
He's very good.
So, like, I mean, you just load this deck up with, like, red, green, like, splashing a very light white.
They're gonna be casting him on turn 4 pretty frequently.
Easily.
Too.
Yeah, very easily.
Very easily.
Like, I mean, there's
Just
multiple ways to do it. Yeah, it's just 7 power for 5. 3 of it has trample, and he gives all of your guys haste. That's nuts.
I mean, sort of like... I mean, what's more of a beating, do you think? Glorybringer turn 4 and turn 5, or this card turn 4 and turn 5? Because I would argue this card's
So-
almost a little bit more of a beating.
I'm going to give Glorybringer the slight edge over this guy because if you go turn 5 this guy, and you make a 3/3, they go turn 5 Glorybringer, they get to exert, kill this guy, and they still have a 4/4 flyer that kills creatures, and you have a 3/3 with trample. So Glorybringer still has a slight edge.
I'm not saying necessarily those two things going up against each other.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying if you have
Oh, the stronger just static turn 5 play, I think
Yes.
this guy is the edge because
back to back against any deck.
Yeah, I think this guy is the stronger turn 5 play because it
Yeah.
sets up the dinosaur deck wants to set up into turn 6 through 8 anyway.
Because I'm just thinking, if you play this guy too, because I'm assuming you're going to be wanting to playing at least 3 of these guys, maybe 4. Who knows?
No, I know he's a
Maybe
standard.
4.
He's a 4 drop. He's a 4 of.
Yeah. You play him. Okay, then you can attack him with your 3/3. The following turn, you can attack that 7 power and another 7 power.
No, this guy's good. Like he's not bad at all. So let's get in. Let's change the beat a little bit. Let's talk about a pirate,
Pirates, yes, I wanted to talk about pirates.
Captain Black Sparrow himself. It's a bad joke, but hostage taker, 2, a blue and a black. He has a 2/3. Whenever hostage taker enters the battlefield, exile target artifact or creature until hostage taker leaves the battlefield. You may cast that card for as long as it remains exiled, and you may spend mana as though it were any color to cast the spell. This guy's really, really good too. So if you play this guy in a Panharmonicon deck, you get 2 free spells. You get to cast 2 spells, no matter what they are.
But you have to play Panharmonicon with a Braid being a card.
That's the wrong attitude. The right attitude is, but you get to play Panharmonicon. No, I think this guy's going to be really, really good in the blue-black control deck as well that want to make out a lot of mana. So you play this guy really late, take their Planeswalker, exile it. Or no, you can't. You take their biggest creature, exile it, then replay it on your own. I think this guy could be really good as well.
Yeah. No, I really like this guy just as a tempo play. It seems like Pirates is going to be a pretty cool tempo / aggro deck. It's got so much disruption. It's got ways to steal other creatures. It's just
now it is worth noting they have already eroded the text where this guy cannot exile himself and then you indefinitely stall out the game. So that originally you could before they fixed the text. You could originally do that.
How did they miss that?
I don't know, but I mean, because of the fact it is not a may, it is a must. You could just exile hostage taker himself and just stall the game out.
Yeah,
but
he's he's similar function to Gonti, but you're actually making a tempo play, removing a creature. And then being able to actually cast it.
Right.
Now, the downside is if they remove your hostage taker before you can cast it, then you don't get to cast it. So
that brings us to the Pirate Lord himself, Admiral Beckett Brass. He's a 1 with Grixis colors that is a 3/3, and it says, other pirates you control get +1/+1. At the beginning of your end step, gain control of target non-land permanent controlled by a player who has dealt combat damage by 3 or more pirates this turn. This one is 50-50 for me. I've heard a lot of good arguments for and a lot of good arguments against him.
This seems like kind of a win more card to me.
So this really reminds me of Captivating Vampire. Whenever they tried this with the vampires, which Captivating Vampire did the same thing, but all you had to do was tap 5 vampires to do it. You didn't have to deal damage.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like if this was tap 3 pirates, this guy would be a slam dunk.
Yeah.
The fact that they have to get through and deal damage, I feel like that's a little too linear.
And the thing is, you're also going to be incentivized to play him pre-combat.
Right.
And you can't really do the sneak attack because you're going to want that +1/+1, and then you're going to attack, and then that gives them, an opportunity, a window to remove him. Beforehand.
So I mean, it's 50-50 on me. I don't know if I will be playing him right out of the gate, but it could be something I build around.
I mean, if Pirates is good, I think it'll be played, but I don't just because it's a Lord effect.
Yeah.
But it's legendary. I mean, I don't know. Maybe a 1 of or 2 of tops. And how good Pirates is going to be, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But so we're going to talk about 2 more cards here, and they're going to be 2 of the Planeswalkers. And this one is Huatli Warrior Poet. Consequently, she goes in the dinosaur deck. She is 3, a red and a white, and comes in at 3. +2, you gain life equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. a.k.a. your biggest dinosaur. For her 0, she creates a 3/3 green dinosaur token with trample, a.k.a. it has trample and haste with your previous 5-drop. And then -X deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures. Creatures dealt damage this way cannot block. So you -X and then win the game, pretty much is what happens. You just make it to where all their guys cannot block, and then you win the game.
So, I think she's a little underrated right now. I think she's a lot better than people are saying.
I think she's very good, yes. Like, minimum you play her, and then you -3 her, ping 3 creatures, and then swing for the kill.
Yeah. I mean, if only out of the sideboard against... I mean, because you know those matchups where you really just want to have planeswalkers and just more high-end threats?
Yeah.
Like, the Teamer Energy Mirror is a great example.
Oh, yeah.
You just sideboard in all your 5-drops, and it's whoever draws the most 5-drops wins. You know? This card, like, in those matchups, is a beating.
Well, this card in the red matchup is a beating. Can you imagine playing her and then say, okay, I'm going to -3, kill your On-Crop Crasher and your Bomat Courier in one blow?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this card's good.
Not to mention her minus is, I mean, she comes in at 1 toughness lower, but it's the same as Chandra Flamecaller.
Oh, yeah,
and
no.
How
Well,
much was
Chandra hits 1 creature. This can hit multiple creatures.
Well, Chandra Flamecaller.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Chandra Flamecaller, I mean, it came in at 4, so you could -4 it and kill it.
That was also a 6-mana Planeswalker.
But, yes, it's 1 toughness lower, but it also has the effect of those creatures can't block this turn.
Well, this is very close to what Chandra is. So her 0 ability is not what Chandra's +1. +1, Chandra makes 6 power with haste and exile them.
Yeah.
This ability makes a 3/3 with trample that sticks around, which is kind of nice. Her -X is a damage dealer.
Yeah.
Like, it's very close.
This Planeswalker, I mean, it protects itself in 2 ways.
Yep.
Its plus is not to be forgotten. I mean, heck, those grindy matchups.
Oh, if you have a giant dinosaur in play, that plus is going to win you the game. They're not going to be able to. They're going to have to hit her.
If you're if you play this and you have a dinosaur in play against mono red, it's GG's. It's game over.
Absolutely.
You know, I think she's good. I would be shocked if she doesn't see play.
Yeah, I think she will see play. I don't know how many of in each deck, but she will see play.
Yeah, it's a 5-drop. I would guess it's going to be played around the similar amount as Chandra Flamecaller. Usually people play her as a 1 or a 2 of. Oftentimes out of the sideboard. I could even see people playing her out of the sideboard. I think she'd be great for those more grindy matches. Well, even for mono red though, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe 1 or 2 of main.
Yeah, I think so. Like maybe.
Yeah.
So okay, let's get to the marquee card of the set that was spoiled today. It is Vraska Relic Seeker. She is a 6-drop Planeswalker, 4 a green and a black. Comes in at 6 loyalty. Her +2 is create a 2/2 black pirate creature token with menace. Her -3 is destroy target artifact, creature, or enchantment. Create a colorless treasure token artifact with tap. Sacrifice this artifact. Add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. And her -10 is target player's life total becomes 1.
So basically, -10 win the game.
-10, you win the game. Like, I just want somebody to -10 her, put them at 1, and then play the sun-scorched desert and ping them for 1. Like, just kill them that way. But no, this is another Planeswalker that protects herself in 2 different ways. She is a 6-drop, but she comes in at a very, very high loyalty. I mean, she can destroy 2 things, and it's not just creatures. Like, she can destroy artifacts and enchantments, which is also huge.
Oh, yeah. The enchantments is nice, because there's not a whole lot of enchantment hate right now.
Yeah, I think if there's like a Jund mid-range or a Sultai control list or anything like of that sorts out there, this guy is nuts. Mm-hmm. If there's not, then, well, we'll still have fun playing her in Commander.
Yeah. She is a little expensive.
Yeah.
But the 2/2s with Menace are cool.
Well, so I've learned to
the
like
ultimate is amazing.
I've learned to like evaluate a Planeswalker. You can't really look at the mana costs first. It's all about the abilities. Karn costs 7, Ugin costs 8, Big Chandra costs 6, and all 3 of those Planeswalkers were hits, like slam dunk hits.
Yeah.
So I mean, she doesn't go in an aggro deck by per se. This is a control Planeswalker. So.
Yeah. I just like to compare them to other Planeswalkers of similar cost and
I mean
what
I
they
agree.
did.
But I like Vraska. I like her.
Is she better than Sorin, who's rotating out?
I would play her over Sorin, yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is she better than Big Chandra? Absolutely not.
no.
But Big Soren, yes.
Now, the thing, like, kind of like what we were talking last time, those expensive planeswalkers, these are great top-end threats for those grindy matchups. So maybe you bring her in out of the sideboard.
Yeah.
You know? As a 1 or a 2 of out of the sideboard, I could definitely see this being played.
Oh, yeah. No, I think this will see play, too. Again, it's going to decide how much, what decks emerge. Like, if there's a Soul Tide control deck that's out there, this card will be the win condition.
Yeah.
So, but I lied. Those aren't the last cards we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about a couple of the lands. So the lands we're getting back are the Buddy lands, just Glacial Fortress, Rebound Crag, Sunpetal Grove, Drowned Catacomb, and Dragon Skull Summit. People aren't, new to these lands. They've been reprinted virtual like 12 times.
The Buddy lands.
The Buddy lands. But they're actually the lands we need. They're easiest to come into play untapped. They can fix your mana as early as turn 2. So I think it's good. But the land that sticks out to me that I am super excited about is I'm calling it the Tribal Cavern of Souls. Unclaimed territory. And as it enters the battlefield, you choose a creature type. And you get to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Spin this only to cast the chosen creature type. So again, it makes like the Grixis Pirates deck or the Naya Dino decks. This land is a instant 4 of in that deck because it just fixes their mana so well.
Yeah.
And it can just still tap for a colorless mana if you don't have any dinosaurs in your hand. So I mean, it's not just a dead card even.
This way, those decks don't have to run Aether Hub.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't have to, depend on the whole energy aspect. You just go, okay, well, I'm going to play my Rainbow land for free.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even come into play tapped. It doesn't come into play tapped.
No, I think having this for tribal decks, along with Aether Hub for energy decks, and Spire of Industry for artifact-based decks, I think we've got pretty good fixing in Standard right now.
Oh, no, I think
with the Buddy lands.
The mana is very, very good right now. So I think Standard right now is in a very good place. I'm sure there's going to be a deck that comes out with the remaining, we have 160 cards left to be spoiled still. And I'm sure there's probably going to be at least one deck that just tries to break the format. But right now it's pretty good. I like where it's at.
Yeah. So what deck are you leaning towards playing right now?
It's going to be the Dinosaur deck for sure. Dinosaurs. I think it's getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
We don't even need another top end, and we're fine.
Yeah.
If we can get some more cheap stuff and everything, we're already going to have to try to find places to put certain cards. We're going to have to make a lot of cuts and things. But also the Esper Tokens deck is very, very appealing to me as well. Depends on how much this red dinosaur is getting played, because I don't think the Esper Tokens deck can beat that red dinosaur.
Yeah. True.
So, what about you? Which deck are you leaning toward? Which new deck?
New deck. Out of the new archetypes, I really like Dinosaurs, as does everyone. But for the open, right now, I think we need to do some testing to see how they do. But I probably will just come aggressive out of the gate and play Ramen Up Red. But I don't know. Who knows? I could see myself playing Dinosaurs. I could also see myself playing Teamer Energy again, or Blue-Black Control with the Scarab God.
The breakout deck that I want to see happen out of the new deck, I really think it'd be kind of cool to see a Pirates deck come out.
Yeah,
but
that'd be fun.
I don't know if they've got the support before Return to Ixalan.
Yeah.
So just like Merfolk, I think Merfolk would be really
rivals
cool.
Of Ixalan.
Yeah, I think the Merfolk and the Pirate archetypes would be really cool to see. I just don't know if they have the support with this one set yet.
Yeah, I'd like to see a Merfolk deck in Standard. That'd be really cool.
Yeah,
but it might have to wait until we get more pieces from the next set.
No, absolutely. But so for those interested, the Open is September 30th at the Fort Worth Convention Center in downtown in Texas. And then after that, we have a Grand Prix pretty close to us, November 11th. After Standards kind of slowed down a little bit, and the format should be pretty settled. I think we got a Pro Tour in between now and then. It's in Atlanta. It's a Grand Prix, and it is Standard. And then the following month, we have Grand Prix Oklahoma City, December 3rd, and that one will be Modern. So we have a big event relatively close in our area for the next 3 months, which is kind of nice because usually we don't get that lucky.
Yeah.
But this could shake things up. For those going to the Open, I think you'll have a lot of fun, especially if you're able to get a hold of the new cards, because you'll see a lot of new stuff that'll at least spark your imagination.
Yeah. As far as getting the cards, so I've heard before that you might be able to order them straight from Star City and have them delivered at the Open, but
So
I looked on their website and they don't have any option for that yet.
So Star City will let you do that as long as it's not pre-sale, is what I heard. If it's pre-sale orders, I don't know if they'll let you do that because I don't know. I don't think they know how much supplies they're going to have, so they can't fill those pre-sale orders and then not have the supplies because then that looks really bad on them.
Yeah, it might be kind of tough. We'll just have to borrow or whatever from pre-releases.
Yeah.
Be paying attention to whatever people open.
Yeah, but needless to say, like I'm really excited about the standard season coming up. You know, so
I am too. I'm kind of so everyone seems to like modern, but standard has gotten such a bad rap in this year just because of Saheeli and because of Aetherworks Marvel that a lot of people have just written it off and aren't giving it a chance, even though it's better now. But I am enjoying, like, these past few months, like, I've enjoyed Standard way more than Modern. I don't know about you, but
yeah.
I like Modern too, but Standard has just, when they banned Marvel, it just got so good, and people were still saying Standard sucks. And I was just like, no, it doesn't. You should give it a try.
I still like Modern, you know, because I'm on a really fast deck, and, you know, the deck seems to be winning, except for in my hands. Shout out to Tyler Patton for winning the PPTQ the first time he ever saw the deck.
Oh, yeah. Congrats on that, Tyler.
Yeah, hopefully we can put some more of our teammates in there. And that's our next announcement. We will be forming a team starting with the Open.
Yep.
We have yet to decide on a team name, but I'm sure, you know, for those who listen, you'll see us walking around in our team jerseys, goofy and everything. But hopefully we can put a few people into the Pro Tour, which is our ultimate goal. So,
For sure.
We'll probably be doing this again once all the cards are spoiled, because like I said, we still have about 250 of them that aren't spoiled yet.
Yeah.
But it was just so exciting. We wanted to touch base with you guys, and it has been a little while. So
Yeah, why not? It's fun to speculate and
yeah.
start getting ideas.
Yeah, absolutely. So for those who listen, we appreciate your support. And, you know, for those who watch our streams and everything, we appreciate your support on that as well. And we're just trying to have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, I was going to say you should plug your stream.
Yeah.
Where can they find you?
Well, my stream name is Dinkman78 on Twitch. And also my Twitter is also Dinkman78. But so my Magic Online name is Korith. So it's a little misleading, but I mean, I like to keep my viewers guesstimating.
Guesstimating.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like, I mean, if there's any deck ideas or any suggestions you want to see, you can reach me at Twitter, Dinkman78, or you can reach Brad Eggerton on his Twitter as well. What is your Twitter name, Brad?
My Twitter name is just @Brad Eggerton, EGGERTON.
Yeah. So, like I said, if you have any questions or any deck ideas,
I don't really stream or anything, but I help manage Matt's stream. So, if you do have any decks you want to see ran, we do use this service, and we're not actually sponsored by them or anything. We just are big fans.
It's a very good service.
We're big fans of what they do. It's called Mana Traders. We can rent pretty much any deck, so we're always trying out new decks. So if there's anything you want to see in particular, just shoot Matt or me a tweet, and we will try to make it happen.
We are a fan of Goofy and Brew. So I mean, there is no deck that is too dumb. We will try it if it's what you want to see on the viewers.
Yeah, especially after rotation. You know, it's unofficially called brewing season, so give us some ideas.
Yeah. So, but that's all I got for today. Is there anything else that you want to touch base on?
Nope. I mean, that's fine. I'm looking forward to PPTQ season turning back to standard. Honestly, kind of done with modern.
Yeah, so for those interested,
I'm weird.
The PPTQ season will end September 19th. After that, it will rotate back to standard. After that, for the next 3 or 4 months, it will be standard.
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying that now, but watch Dinosaurs just be like insane and warps the format. And
I hope so. I really hope so. That would be the greatest thing ever, because then we would have been on the ground floor of the brand new deck.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But, all right, well, until next time, I guess we will see y'all later, and thanks for listening, and you guys are awesome.